Between Martell's shocking interview with a blogger about Melody and Sunni's ultimate betrayal of girl code, you won't believe what went down in this explosive Love and Marriage Huntsville episode. Welcome back to our channel, where we step into the latest chaos, controversy, and confusion in Love and Marriage Huntsville. Today we're focusing on Martell's charges and Sunni's shocking betrayal. Episode 2 begins with Marceau and Maurice as they drive to Martell's. Their mission was to confront their friend Martell. As they drive over, Marceau seems skeptical. He says Martell hasn't changed. The man needs some real help. It's clear Marceau and Maurice are worried about the path Martell is on, especially his aggressive tactics towards his ex-wife Melody. I applaud them for taking the initiative and caring enough to see that their friend was off track in attacking his ex-wife, the mother of his 4 children. As we step into the freshly renovated kitchen of Martell's home, still under construction, Martell welcomes the Scott brothers, Marceau and Maurice, with a smile, proud to show off his renovation progress on his house. The brothers share their compliments on the renovation, acknowledging Martell's obvious progress with the house. Marceau asks, "Martell, why did you feel it was necessary for you to go and do an interview with the blogger?" Martell said, "Yeah, I talked to a blogger. Yeah, I'm going to retaliate. When I got arrested, don't make it seem like I'm an abuser. You need to hurry up and tell people no, it was a text message. So yeah, I put it out there that I'm fin to go and put her stuff out there." He goes on to say that he's been quiet. He's dialed back his social media about Mel, and that he continues to not say anything, that he tried to get on Mel's good side or whatever. "I guess the quieter I am, the more she can shoot my way." He said, "It's like us nice guys. We get the short end of the stick." A self-proclaimed nice guy. Marceau knows his friend. He said fans and followers like Mel for different reasons, and they are loyal to her. Mel's friends will spend all their money buying her shirts and making her a billionaire. Martell responded that it ain't about the fans. It's about nobody but me and what I want to convey and put out there. Marceau asked, "What's your endgame, Martell? You trying to get back at her?" Maurice chimed in and said, "You're doing this purposefully. To what? To hurt her?" Martell just stood there, and their chins dropped in response and in shock. Marceau and Maurice were very clear in trying to convince Martell that he is playing a game that no one wins. Martell said, "I wanted to put her stuff out there." I think he was referring to a private sex tape that they made when they were married. And that threat carries a heavy weight. Such a statement, especially about the mother of his 4 children, reflects a troubling disregard for Melody's role and his lack of respect for her. Martell said, "She went low and I went lower." Marceau kept at it. He pleaded with Martell that when you drop an atomic bomb, it's always going to get worse. All you're going to do is prove the haters right. Martell said, "You can't really relate because you haven't been divorced." Maurice responded, "Yes, I've been divorced." Martell challenged Marceau, "How many times have you been divorced?" Marceau said he had reached the same cliff and didn't go over. He said, "I chose not to." Maurice told Martell he was in a race to the bottom given his current mindset. Marceau told Martell that he should hang out with him and Maurice and some of their friends more, to be around other men and bounce ideas off them before taking any action. And we'll say, "Yeah, dog," or "Nah, don't do that." Martell said, "Everyone wants to tell me how to live." I applaud Maurice and Marceau. This conversation was tense. Never mind discussions about home renovation. They stood 10 toes down with Martell about rebuilding respect, stepping forward for your responsibilities, and recognizing the impact of your words. I wonder if Martell is aware of potential consequences of having charges, if they stick. Charges that could impact his ability to be a builder if he goes down that career path. If he can't get his charges dismissed, and if he pursues a builder's license, his criminal record could be a significant barrier to getting that coveted builder's license. In previous seasons, there were scenes that Mel held the builder's license for their real estate development company. Martell had not either taken or passed the exam. I'm not sure which one, but she held the builder's license for their real estate development firm. I digress. Licensing boards often consider an individual's criminal background before issuing professional licenses, and Martell's current legal challenges could hinder his aspirations in the building industry. That's not to say he could never work in real estate development, but he may need a business partner to front him a license on construction projects. In other words, he won't be captain of his own ship. He will have to work under another builder until he gets a license. For someone who seems to want a very high level of personal autonomy and control over his life, I am surprised he has not made getting the builder's license a greater priority. Now let's shift gears. In the next scene, we have Sunni, Kimmy, and Tisha at a coffee shop. I was shocked. Kimmy invited Tisha and Sunni for coffee and pastry, and the conversation quickly dives deep into the timeline of when Sunni and Moses started talking. I put that in air quotes. So strange to me that adults use the phrase talking, because Sunni and Moses are married now, and we know a lot more took place than just talking. Sunni was defensive, claiming, "He pursued me." And that seemed to strike a nerve. It's a phrase we hear too often in relationship dramas, but it's hardly an excuse for stealing Destiny's man or capitalizing on a relationship that is in a fragile state or near a breaking point. According to Sunni, she claims that she initially rejected Moses, but eventually she chose herself over her friendship with Destiny. According to Kimmy and Tisha, as Destiny's producer, Sunni would have known the intimate details of Destiny's life with Moses. This makes it hard to believe Sunni's claim that she was oblivious to Destiny's relationship with Moses. Destiny said she and Moses were friends for 15 years, and that they spent the recent 4 years in a romantic relationship. Whatever the case may be, it's clear. Moses threw away 15 years of friendship with Destiny. Some of that includes a romantic relationship. And shame on him that he hasn't had a discussion with Destiny yet. I mean, he is grown, and he doesn't owe that to her. He can do whatever he wants, but it does seem low down. Is his marriage with Sunni for real or for TV? So the scene continues. Tisha didn't hold back expressing her shock and disappointment by saying she didn't think Sunni was the trifling type of female. Now that's a powerful accusation. And Sunni's response, "I chose me." This statement alone reveals a lack of remorse for the fallout of her actions, even if Destiny and Moses were having issues. Sunni and Moses appearing on the show raises another question. What are his true motives? Is he using Sunni, the former show's producer, as a stepping stone to gain more visibility? Or was Sunni tired of being behind the scenes and ready to step into the spotlight herself? Sunni's actions and Moses' comments about Destiny being too busy with award shows to pay attention to their relationship and romantic life paints a complex picture of jealousy and ambition. It seems Moses thought if he couldn't win against Destiny's being drawn to the spotlight of the show, he might as well join it. Who competes against their partner? What type of man competes against their woman? His woman. My goodness. What do you all think about the concept of girl code in this scenario? Do you believe Sunni was completely in the dark about Destiny's relationship with Moses? Do you agree with Tisha that Sunni is a trifling type of woman? And what about Moses? Was he driven by jealousy, or was this a more calculated move to elevate his status? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's take a look at this chaos, controversy, and confusion together. Now let's head over to the recording studio scene where Melody was wrapping up her rehearsal for her side chick video. It was here that Kiki arrived, leading to an intense confrontation about Kiki leaking advanced footage, clips, and content to the bloggers ahead of the season 8 premiere. I have to say that Melody stands on grown lady business. Mel's discussion with Kiki really showcased her maturity and determination to protect the reality show, Mel's career, and Mel's family. Let me set the scene. As Melody was closing up a successful rehearsal, Kiki tried to shift the blame onto her mother for leaking clips and content to bloggers during the show's production. However, Mel wasn't having it. I agree that Kiki cannot shift blame to her mother for the leak. Mel was clear as she reminded Kiki about how good she has been to her. Mel said, "I stood up for you. I stuck my neck out for you. This," meaning this show, "is how I take care of my children." Melody's stance was clear and firm. She stood her ground, expressing her disappointment and the betrayal she felt. What resonated most was Melody's declaration, "I don't have room to be questioning if you are my friend or not. And I know that's right." She eloquently added, "The higher I go, the smaller my circle gets. God bless you on your journey. I don't have room for you in my life anymore." Now that was a moment of clarity and decisiveness. That marked a significant turning point in how she handles relationships that jeopardize her integrity and her livelihood. Melody's ability to confront these issues head-on rather than avoiding them or letting them fester was not just admirable, but it's a lesson in personal boundaries and self-respect. Those red flags were there, and she chose not to ignore them. I admire Melody's courage in handling grown lady business with dignity and grace. This brings us to a question for all of you. Have you had friendships that lasted beyond their expiration date, or were so one-sided that continuing the friendship became impossible, hazardous, or toxic to your health? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'm really curious to see how common this is and explore how frequently this happens, especially among women. I'll be jumping into the comments to chat with you about it. That's all for now. I'm excited you joined me for this recap. Before you go, do me a favor. Let's grow the channel. Would you like, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and join me in the next video.